everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, thanks for joining me. My name's Alycia, and I'm a pastry chef and a business owner with a severe sweet tooth. And I'm here to teach you how to make the best keto desserts possible. So if you enjoy these recipes, please consider hitting the subscribe button down there, giving the video a thumbs up, sharing with your friends. It all helps my channel grow and to bring you new keto desserts every Saturday, or almost every Saturday. Today, we are making a delicious, soft, moist, nut-free, gluten-free, new and improved vanilla keto cupcake recipe that is only 1 net carb each. So let's get started. To start out this recipe, I did 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar with a So Delicious unsweetened coconut milk. You can use any alternative milk of your choice. Just know if you use something like heavy cream, it does have carbs in it more than a coconut milk would or an almond milk. And I am warming up 4 eggs in some warm water. Next, we'll be getting 5 ounces of avocado oil into this bowl. I have done this recipe with avocado oil, coconut oil, and butter. It all works out exactly the same. To the avocado oil, we are going to be adding what I like to use is a granular monk fruit erythritol blend. There are cheaper brands on the market than Locanto, and I buy So Nourished granular erythritol monk fruit blend. But you can use any 1-for-1 erythritol blend for this recipe. We're going to be adding 180 grams. It's going to be about 2/3 and a 1/4 cup. But sweetener's not that crucial to be exact on. It's the flour that you need to be exact. I changed the amount of sweetener in this. The sweetness level on this is up to you though. 180 is just where I landed when I was like kind of converting recipes and trying to figure things out. Because I never use like cup measurements in the bakery. I always just do it by weight measurements. So that's why it's 180 grams. Doesn't really equal easy conversion to cups. So we're going to beat this up while we measure out our dry ingredients. If you're new to my videos, I also try to teach you the quickest, fastest, and best way to make the recipes to cut down on your time in the kitchen. And also to cut down on cooling effect, I whip the crap out of our sweeteners because they don't dissolve like regular sugar does. And you could use a powdered here probably. You need half the amount though. Powdered is so much more expensive, so I always use granular. You can powder your own, I just don't have the time to do that. You want to scrape down a few times to get all this sweetener that's up here. If you want to know all about keto sweeteners, I will link here in the iCards in the corner my sweetener video if you want to know what sweeteners you can use and why. I'm going to preheat my oven right now to 350. This is a gas oven, so my times might be different if you have an electric oven, but I am not doing convection, I'm doing conventional. While your sugar and oil are whipping, you can get your dry ingredients. I'm not going to do it while it's whipping because it's just too loud. I don't usually sift my protein powders because it's too fine and it takes forever. There's never any real lumps in it. 120 grams protein powder should be about 1.5 cups, but I always weigh. So that was 87, so close. 1 cup should be around 80. All depends on how much you pack it down. So I had that much left. Protein powder is one of those things because it can compact a lot. 75 grams of coconut flour. This you definitely want to sift. It should be 1/2 cup and 2 tablespoons according to the back of the package. Yeah, it's all how if you scoop or if you don't scoop with the scooper and you scoop with something else and you put it in there. That's 50. It's supposed to be 60 for 1/2 cup. So I always suggest having a scale. I have mine linked below. Not this one in particular. I'm not a huge fan of it. The one I have up in my home kitchen is the one I recommend. You saw there that I did 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda in a measuring cup. This is a trick. I found a recipe for red velvet cupcakes, and they put vinegar in their baking soda at the end after everything was mixed, poured it into the cupcake batter, mixed it all up, and then portioned it and baked it, and it rose really beautifully. I don't know if this is necessary exactly, or if we can just put the 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda in there and then add vinegar at the end before we bake it. But I know this works, and it works great, and we get nice fluffy keto vanilla cupcakes using this method. So that's what I'm sticking with. Once your sweetener and oil or butter or whatnot are super mixed, you can start adding your warm eggs to the mixture one at a time, scraping down. And then you're going to add your flavoring, dry ingredients, and then the vinegar and baking soda, and we're done. That is it for the dry ingredients. You always want to whisk those together so you don't get pockets of xanthan gum and baking powder. I rewarmed my eggs with some extra warm water. I'm going to actually be doing cake batter flavored because I want to do some confetti cupcakes for my vending show. But if you're just doing vanilla, obviously just do vanilla extract. Our oil and sweetener are pretty thick. They're not super grainy anymore. No matter what, they're going to be a little bit grainy. I feel like with the butter, you definitely can get it less grainy, but the oil definitely works too. This also works if you're going to do a dairy-free cupcake or a lactose-free cupcake, because my whey protein powder does not have any lactose in it, so this cupcake will be lactose-free. I don't think I mentioned it before. What I normally do is I put this on the scale, add my 2 teaspoons of vinegar, and then fill it up until I get 10 ounces. Or you can measure 1.25 cups. We're going to add 1 egg at a time to here. When they're warm, they're way more liquidy, which is nice because you don't have to scrape out your eggshell. When your eggs are warm, it gets nice and homogenized, doesn't get separated. One more scrape down, and then we're just going to alternate wet and dry ingredients together. As this sits, it will get thicker because of the coconut flour. One more mix. Then we gotta set up our cupcake molds. Now, because I'm doing these for my vendor shows, I'm using these guys. I showed you these in my keto buttercream frosting recipe. I'll link that up there for you. I'm not going to show you frosting today because I already have a video on it. But if you do these cups, I'll have them linked below. You get 18 cupcakes. If you just do regular cupcake molds, you're going to get 24 cupcakes. We do have to give these a little spray. I'll just do some without funfetti inside. So we'll do the baking soda in here. 2 teaspoons of vinegar. Mix it up. Pour it in. Mix it in really good, because I know if there's pockets of baking soda and vinegar, you end up getting big like poofs in one cupcake. So you definitely want to mix it really well. I'm going to do these 3 here with just normal batter. And then I'm going to get out my scale, because owning a business, you kind of want everything to be the same and to be accounted for. So I measure how much goes in each cupcake. So for the vanilla, it's 55. It's going to be a little bit more because I'm adding some sprinkles to it. One of these scoops is pretty close though. An extra 28. So still going to be about 55. If you want my sprinkle recipe, I'll link it here for you. As you can see, I pretty much did 55 still for all of them, and still the same amount. So these are going to go in the oven 10 minutes, turn them halfway through so that they bake evenly, in another 10 minutes, and they should be done. If you're doing them in cupcake liners, 9 turn 9 should do it. Perfect. Now unfortunately we have to wait for these to cool, and then we're going to try one of these guys. See if we can get these guys out of here. At the vendor show we just give them a fork. It's a lot less messy than trying to eat a cupcake. They aren't fully cooled yet either. So almost came out. That'll do. These are so soft. They are super light and airy. Big air pockets. So good. And they're even good without frosting. I've snacked on them before. Not dry at all. My throat is dry though. So it feels like it's dry, but it's really super moist and delicious. It's just, it doesn't like, there's no crumbs. Like it doesn't fall apart. It's just like a regular cupcake. So good. I could eat those all day long and not even think about a regular cupcake. So good. You get 24 out of there, they're 1 net carb each for sure. I'll calculate it and see if 18, if it's still 1 net carb or not. My keto buttercream frosting is 0 carbs. So you put them together, still a whole one of these cupcakes with frosting is only 2 net carbs. You can't beat it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and me going back to my old style of video. I am going to try to do this more often. It just takes so much longer than doing it the other way I was doing it, but I feel like I had to get back to my roots of this channel, and I go back and watch my older videos and they're so much better and more entertaining. So let me know in the comments below if you prefer this way of shooting a video, or if you don't mind the other way, but I know I need to up my game on my video making and editing because it's just very amateur the other way. I do love doing this style, it's just the fact that it takes a lot longer. And with a new baby, don't always have all this time. So if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out my Amazon links and the blog link to the full recipe in the description box below. Share this recipe with your friends and family or your Facebook or Instagram group if you like it. Thanks for subscribing, and as always, I'll be back with more keto dessert recipes. Bye, guys.